Have you ever wondered what it takes to live a long, fulfilling life well into your 70s and beyond? If you're between 70 and 80 years old, and you can still do these 8 incredible things, you're not just blessed, you're truly extraordinary. In this video, we'll reveal the secrets to maintaining your physical and mental health, staying financially independent, and living with purpose and joy. Stick with us until the end to discover how these insights can help you live not just longer, but happier while avoiding common pitfalls that many elderly face. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me. And if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Your body is still in good shape, and you can take care of your own daily needs. As we move through the different stages of life, one of the most valuable blessings we can possess is the ability to maintain our independence, take care of ourselves, and stay active. When your body is still in good shape, and you can manage your daily needs, it's a gift beyond measure. And think about it: being able to wake up in the morning and prepare your breakfast, choose what to wear, go out for a walk in the sunshine, or pick fresh vegetables for dinner. These seemingly ordinary moments hold immense value when you realize that not everyone gets to enjoy them in their later years. The simple joy of doing these things by yourself not only brings you peace of mind, but also gives you a profound sense of pride. It allows you to live life on your terms, without feeling like you're a burden to anyone, especially your children. And we all know how important it is, deep down, to not feel like we are weighing down the people we love. As we age, health becomes the most precious asset we have. It's more important than any amount of money or luxury. You can have all the wealth in the world, but if you can't enjoy your days with a healthy mind and body, it loses its meaning. Picture this. Someone might spend $10,000 a month on a full-time caregiver, but the joy that comes from simply being able to eat a bowl of vegetables that you cooked with your own hands is truly priceless. Good health means you get to live a life that's not only comfortable for yourself, but also one where you're not creating extra stress for your children or loved ones. After all, no one wants to feel like they are a source of worry or a financial burden to their family, and by taking care of your health, you can give them peace of mind as well. What I find so inspiring is that maintaining your health doesn't require fancy diets, expensive supplements, or retreats to high-end wellness centers. The secret lies in something far simpler, but much more profound: your mindset. A positive attitude, a good mood, and a sense of inner peace are, in many ways, the best medicine. A happy heart and a peaceful mind can do wonders for your health. When you're able to look at life with optimism, you start to see that every day is a blessing, no matter the challenges that come your way. This outlook not only improves your emotional well-being, but also directly impacts your physical health. The less stress, anger, and negativity you carry with you, the more your body thrives. Think about it this way: every time you choose not to get angry when something small goes wrong, you're doing a great favor to your heart. Every time you laugh instead of frown, your body thanks you. Anger, stress, and worry weigh heavily on the body, and over time they take a serious toll. This is why, especially as we age, it's so important to nurture a positive mindset. You don't need to dwell on every setback or challenge. Instead, focus on the things that bring you joy, no matter how small. Whether it's a phone call from a friend, a sunny day, or a good book, these little moments of happiness are the building blocks of a fulfilling, healthy life. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's heartbreaking to witness elderly people whose health has declined to the point where they require constant care. I can only imagine how difficult it must be, not just physically, but emotionally, to lose the ability to care for oneself and become dependent on others. What's even more painful is the possibility that, in their vulnerability, they might feel like they are a burden to their children. This is the last thing anyone wants. When you can maintain your health, however, you are giving yourself and your loved ones a precious gift. You're not just taking care of yourself, you're giving your children the peace of mind that you are still strong and capable. You might even be able to help them in small ways, whether it's offering advice, babysitting grandchildren, or simply being a source of emotional support. The best way to live a full, happy life in your later years is to stay active, both physically and mentally. I love seeing elderly people who refuse to let age define them. They dance in the parks, take leisurely walks through nature, hike with friends, or even explore new places by traveling. Others stay home and enjoy peaceful hobbies like calligraphy, gardening, or reading, each activity bringing them a sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's a reminder that growing older doesn't mean the end of joy, and discovery it can be a time of renewal. When you take care of your health, you are free to pursue the things that bring you happiness, whatever they may be. There's a saying that your body is your temple, and I believe that's especially true as we age. It's the foundation for everything we do, and it needs our care and attention. Maintaining good health doesn't just happen on its own, it requires commitment. Eat well, rest well, and most importantly, keep your spirits high. A well-balanced life is key. You don't need to aim for perfection, but small steps like eating nourishing meals, getting enough sleep, and staying active can make a huge difference over time. More than anything, keeping a positive mindset is essential. Anger and negativity can poison the body, while joy and peace of mind have the opposite effect. They heal and strengthen it. As we get older, it's natural for our physical fitness to decline somewhat, but that doesn't mean we have to give in to it. By keeping active, staying engaged with the world around us, and maintaining a calm, joyful spirit, we can age gracefully and with strength. And the best part, a healthy, vibrant life not only benefits you but also eases the worries of those who worry you. When your children and grandchildren see that you're happy and well, it lifts a weight from their shoulders. They no longer have to worry about you being unwell or feeling lonely. And that's one of the greatest gifts you can give them. Good health allows you to live your later years with dignity, grace, and joy. It opens the door to new experiences, whether it's learning something new, exploring a new hobby, or simply enjoying the beauty of everyday life. Poor health, on the other hand, can trap you in a world of limitations, isolation, and dependency. It's a difficult reality, but one that we have the power to change by taking proactive steps now. Take care of your body, nurture your soul, and live each day with intention. When you do this, you not only add years to your life, but also ensure that those years are filled with meaning, connection, and happiness. In the end, health is the foundation for everything. Without it, even the smallest joys in life become out of reach. But with good health, the world remains open to you, filled with possibilities, no matter your age. So treasure your health, protect it, and nurture it as the precious gift it is. By doing so, you not only enrich your own life, but also bring peace and joy to those who love and care for you. Growing older is not something to fear, it's an opportunity to live fully, to appreciate the beauty in each day, and to continue contributing to the lives of those around you. Stay strong, stay positive, and embrace the journey with open arms. 2. Your mind is still sharp, and you can see through people's tricks. As we age, one of the greatest strengths we can maintain is a sharp and discerning mind, especially when it comes to recognizing when others might be trying to take advantage of us. Sadly, many elderly people fall victim to deceitful schemes, and it's heartbreaking to see how easily these manipulative tactics can drain their hard-earned savings. These scams often target vulnerable individuals, convincing them to invest in bogus financial products or buy unnecessary health supplements, all under the guise of care or assistance. What makes this even more painful is that sometimes the elderly don't even realize they've been tricked, and in their confusion, they may unknowingly make decisions that end up harming their family or their future. It's important, after a certain age, to stay vigilant and never let your guard down. After the age of 70, you can afford to play along and pretend to be a little confused to see what others are up to. But you should never truly let yourself become confused. Awareness is key. Being fully conscious of the world around you and understanding the intentions of those you interact with is a form of wisdom that can protect you from those who may not have your best interests at heart. It's essential to be clear about the people you trust, the products you buy, and the offers you consider. In this way, you not only safeguard your well-being, but also shield your family from potential harm. Unfortunately, we live in a world where there are unscrupulous people who prey on the elderly, using charm and so-called generosity to worm their way into your confidence. These individuals and businesses often lure people in with the promise of gifts, offers of emotional support, or invitations to social events like gratitude gatherings or regular meetups. They present themselves as caring and thoughtful, wanting to help, when in reality, their only goal is to gather personal information about their health, finances, and vulnerabilities. Once they have that information, they start pushing expensive and often useless health products, making you feel as though you need them to stay healthy or maintain your quality of life. It's a cunning, cruel tactic that has trapped too many innocent people. This is why it's essential to remain on guard, especially when offered anything that seems too good to be true. Avoid falling into the trap of so-called expert consultations, free health checkups, or lectures on wellness that aren't offered through trusted and official channels. Marketing events or organized tours that take place outside of legitimate business places are often just ploys to get you to buy something you don't need, or worse, to scam you out of your money. Always remember that your health, both physical and financial, is far too precious to be left in the hands of someone who might not care about your well-being. Superstitions and miracle cures often go hand in hand with these scams, and it's crucial to reject them with a clear and rational mind. By staying mentally sharp, you not only protect yourself from these manipulations, but also maintain control over your own life. There's a deep sense of pride and fulfillment that comes with knowing you can still navigate the world with wisdom and clarity, no matter your age. A sharp mind allows you to continue making the best decisions for yourself and your loved ones, ensuring that your golden years are filled with peace, security, and the joy that comes from knowing you're in control. As we age, it's easy to become more trusting of others, especially when they seem kind or offer something we feel we may need. But this is where the greatest danger lies. The sharper your mind, the less likely you are to be swayed by these false acts of goodwill. The older we get, the more we must rely on our life experiences and instincts to see through these tricks and avoid falling into traps. After all, wisdom is the reward of age, and with it comes the ability to protect ourselves and our families from harm. Living a life with a clear and sharp mind means staying alert to the tricks people might try to play on you. It means reading between the lines, asking the right questions, and never being afraid to say no when something doesn't feel right. When you maintain this level of awareness, you not only secure your financial and emotional well-being, but also continue to live life on your terms, with dignity and self-respect. So, even as time passes and we grow older, it's crucial to keep our minds as active and engaged as possible. Play games that challenge your brain, stay curious about the world around you, and never stop learning. Talk to people, ask questions, and stay connected to what's happening in society. By doing this, you keep your mind sharp and your ability to see through deceit intact. In the end, protecting yourself and your loved ones from harm is one of the greatest acts of love and wisdom you can offer. 3. Your finances are still adequate, and you don't need to ask your children for money. As we grow older, financial security becomes one of the most important aspects of maintaining independence and dignity. Having enough money to live comfortably without having to rely on your children is a blessing that brings peace of mind, freedom, and a sense of accomplishment. The fear isn't about having too much money that you can't spend in your lifetime. It's about the fear of living without enough to cover your basic needs. There's something deeply unsettling about the thought of running out of money while still being alive, especially when you've worked so hard throughout your life to provide for yourself and your family. While many elderly people have the option to turn to their children for financial support, constantly needing help year after year can create tension. Even in the most loving families, your children may want to support you, but if they are struggling with their financial burdens, whether it's debt, unemployment, or the cost of raising their own family's repeated requests for money could begin to strain the relationship. No one wants to feel like they are a burden, especially to the ones they love most. And as much as we'd like to believe that love conquers all, the reality is that financial stress can create rifts in even the strongest of families. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Having a pension or some savings set aside can make all the difference. It allows you to manage your finances, to live life according to your terms, and to ensure that you don't have to constantly ask your children for help. The ability to stand on your own financially means that you can avoid the discomfort of feeling dependent on others, and it spares your children from the stress of having to balance their own needs with yours. This financial independence is one of the greatest gifts you can give to yourself and your family. It's a way to live with pride, knowing that you've taken care of yourself. And if you're fortunate enough to own your own home, that's even better. There's a tremendous sense of security that comes from knowing you don't have to worry about rent or mortgage payments, and you won't have to live under someone else's roof or feel like you're imposing on your children's space. Having your own home means you don't have to walk on eggshells, worrying about how your presence might affect your children's lives. You can live comfortably and make decisions based on what's best for you, without having to consider how it might inconvenience others. What many people don't realize is that even in your later years, you may still have decades ahead of you. The idea of living for 20, 30, or even 40 more years after retirement is not as far-fetched as it used to be. And that means your financial planning needs to be long-term. You can't think of spending money as something trivial, assuming you won't need much because of your age. Instead, it's important to be cautious and plan carefully so that your savings and pension last you through the many years you have left. It's not about hoarding money, but about ensuring that you're prepared for the future, no matter how long it may be. The key to financial peace in old age is balance. It's okay to ask for help from your children occasionally. After all, they want to support you, just as you supported them when they were growing up. But this help mustn't become a constant source of tension. When money becomes a point of conflict, it can create emotional distance. And that's the last thing anyone wants in their later years. By managing your finances wisely and ensuring that you have enough to support yourself, you can avoid these conflicts and ensure that your relationships with your children remain strong and loving. There's a certain pride in knowing that you can still take care of yourself financially. It gives you the freedom to make your own choices, whether it's about where you want to live, how you want to spend your days, or what you choose to invest your money in. You won't have to rely on anyone else's permission or feel guilty for wanting to enjoy the things you love. Financial independence is not just about having enough money, it's about having the freedom to live life on your terms without feeling like you owe anyone anything. At the end of the day, having enough money in your later years is about more than just survival. It's about maintaining your dignity, your freedom, and your peace of mind. It allows you to live the life you want, to avoid being a burden on your children, and to ensure that you can continue to contribute to your family in meaningful ways. So plan wisely, save where you can, and don't be afraid to seek help when you need it, but always aim for a balance that allows you to live with pride and independence. In doing so, you ensure that your golden years are truly golden, filled with the joy and peace that come from knowing you're in control of your own life. Fourth, you can still communicate without major conflicts with your children. As we grow older, maintaining meaningful communication with our children becomes one of the most valuable aspects of our relationships. Sadly, many elderly people find themselves feeling isolated, not because of physical distance, but because they've lost the ability to connect with their children on a deeper, emotional level. One of the most common complaints I hear is that elderly parents often get tuned out by their children. Why? because they tend to dwell on the past, recount stories from the good old days, or speak about things that their children find outdated or irrelevant. These conversations, while important to the elderly, can sometimes feel out of touch with the younger generation, making the children feel frustrated or disconnected. This disconnect can lead to a sense of loneliness or misunderstanding that no one wants to experience. It's natural for old age to bring with it a certain amount of fear and stubbornness, especially in conversations. There's an inherent resistance to change, and the world seems to move so fast that it's easy to feel left behind. But one of the greatest gifts an elderly person can give to themselves and their children is the ability to communicate effectively, with openness and empathy. It's a form of adaptability, of being willing to listen, understand, and appreciate the world through your children's eyes. When communication flows smoothly, without the barriers of stubbornness or fear, it strengthens the bond between you and your family, allowing you to stay connected even as the years pass. Empathy becomes crucial at this stage in life. Instead of focusing on the past or on complaints about how things used to be, elderly parents who learn to adapt to their children's needs and perspectives are often rewarded with deeper, more meaningful relationships. It's not easy to let go of old ways of thinking, but it's essential for maintaining a harmonious connection. To think about it, why should your children, or even your grandchildren, treat you well? Love, after all, isn't automatic just because you're family. It requires ongoing trust and emotional value, no matter your age. And as the saying goes, all value in this world is temporary. We must constantly earn and nurture it, even within our closest relationships. For elderly people, one of the most profound ways to add value to their relationships is by providing emotional stability rather than simply seeking it. When you're able to offer emotional support, strength in times of distress, comfort in moments of uncertainty, and wisdom when it's needed most, you become a pillar in your family's life. Instead of being seen as a source of complaints, nagging, or outdated advice, you become someone they can turn to for guidance and reassurance. This shift in how you communicate, moving from focusing on your fears and frustrations to offering understanding and care, can completely transform your relationship with your children. One of the most important aspects of this emotional value is independence. When you're emotionally independent, meaning you don't need constant reassurance or validation from your children, you're able to provide them with a different kind of support. Your presence becomes a source of strength rather than a source of stress. You're not constantly asking for something from them, whether it's financial help, emotional comfort, or their attention. Instead, you're offering them peace of mind by showing that you can handle your own emotions while also being there for them when they need you. It's important to realize that the role of the elderly in a family can shift from being the ones who are taken care of to being the ones who provide emotional care in return. This is especially true in times of crisis or hardship. When your children face difficulties, whether it's financial stress, relationship problems, or simply the daily challenges of raising their own families, your ability to offer calm, reassuring support can make a world of difference. By being the one who listens without judgment, who offers advice without criticism, and who is there to lean on without making demands, you become an invaluable emotional anchor for your children. At the same time, avoiding nagging and complaining is crucial. It's easy to fall into the habit of pointing out everything wrong, from the way your children are raising their kids to how society has changed in ways you don't approve of. But constant criticism can create a rift in the relationship, making your children reluctant to spend time with you or share their lives with you openly. Instead, focus on being adaptable, understanding their world, and offering words of encouragement. Remember, they're navigating a different world than the one you raised them in, and while it might be hard to accept those differences, empathy is the bridge that can bring you closer together. The elderly who can communicate without major conflicts are those who understand the importance of emotional value. They realize that just because you're older doesn't mean you stop growing, learning, or adapting. The world around you is changing, and being open to that change, while holding on to your core values, is the key to keeping the lines of communication open with your children. It's about balancing the wisdom you've gained over the years with the empathy to understand what your children and grandchildren are experiencing in their own lives. Ultimately, the ability to communicate well in old age isn't just about talking, it's about listening, understanding, and offering support. It's about providing the emotional value that earns trust and respect, rather than demanding it. When you become a source of emotional strength for your children, they will not only respect you more, but also cherish the time they spend with you. They'll see you as someone who brings positivity and stability into their lives, rather than someone they have to tiptoe around or avoid difficult conversations with. In this way, you not only maintain close relationships with your children, but also ensure that those relationships are filled with love, trust, and mutual respect. 5. Your spouse is still around, and it's your original partner. As we grow older, the presence of a lifelong partner becomes one of the most precious gifts, and it's often only in the later stages of life that we truly appreciate the depth of that bond. When you've been with someone through the ups and downs, weathered storms of life, and shared countless memories, having your spouse by your side brings a sense of stability and comfort that's irreplaceable. As one elderly woman put it, "I'm over 70, still riding an electric scooter to take the kids to school, buying groceries, cooking, doing laundry and cleaning, and then cooking for my spouse. My spouse enjoys life while I work hard. Is it tiring? Is it worth it?" There's a hint of exhaustion in her words, but beneath that is a sense of pride, a deep satisfaction that comes from still being there for her partner. from knowing that their life together continues, despite the hard work. Having a spouse in old age means so much more than sharing chores or splitting responsibilities. It means having emotional support, someone who has witnessed the entirety of your journey and still stands by your side. Even if they can't help much physically anymore, their presence alone offers a sense of companionship, of being understood in a way that only decades together can bring. It's the comfort of knowing that you're not walking through the final stages of life alone, that you have someone with whom you've built a life and shared everything from joy to grief. In this sense, a spouse's presence becomes priceless, a source of quiet strength and companionship. But not everyone is fortunate enough to grow old with their original partner. Some people enter into relationships later in life, and while these late-life partnerships can bring companionship and practical benefits, they often lack the depth of emotional bonds that come from a lifetime spent together. Late-life couples, brought together more by convenience than deep love, may never fully replicate the intimacy or emotional connection that original couples enjoy. As the old saying goes, husband and wife are birds of the water, and when disaster strikes, they fly apart. This captures the reality that even original couples, who have spent decades together, can sometimes be swayed by life's challenges or the lure of personal gain. How much more difficult, then, must it be for couples who come together later in life, primarily for practical reasons rather than love? I have a neighbor who found himself in such a situation. His first wife passed away, leaving him to raise his daughter alone. After many years, his family and friends urged him to remarry, believing it would bring him some comfort and support. Eventually, through introductions, he met his current wife, a woman who had also lost her spouse and had a son of her own. They got together after only a month, more out of convenience and the need for companionship than out of passion or romance. From an outsider's perspective, it's clear that their relationship is functional, but it lacks the emotional depth of a couple who have spent a lifetime together. The man doesn't seem as happy as he was with his first wife, and there's a noticeable absence of the spark that once lit up his life. Life is like that sometimes. It brings us together with people at different stages, and while late-life couples often find comfort in each other's presence, they miss out on the shared history and deep emotional bond that only time can build. They have already experienced the highs and lows of love, and now what they need most is stability and peace. They're together more for the companionship and convenience of daily life than for the excitement or passion of romance. There's no denying that this kind of relationship can still bring value, but it's different from the enduring love that original couples experience, where each wrinkle, each gray hair, and each shared memory deepens the bond. Original couples, who have grown old together, have something truly special. They've survived the hardships of life as a team, weathered the trials of marriage, and supported each other through sickness and health. There's an unspoken understanding between them that doesn't need words, a shared history that's woven into every moment they spend together. When one partner grows weak, the other steps in. When one loses hope, the other provides strength. Their relationship is a living testament to the endurance of love, a love that's been tested and has come out stronger on the other side. In contrast, late-life couples, while they might find comfort in each other's presence, often lack that profound emotional connection. They might find it difficult to ignite the spark of love again, and their relationship may feel more like a partnership of convenience than a union of two souls. There's no shame in this companionship. Even without the depth of love, is still a valuable and necessary part of life. But the difference is palpable, and it's clear that those who are fortunate enough to grow old with their original partner have something truly irreplaceable. In the end, the presence of a spouse, especially an original partner, offers an unparalleled sense of security and comfort. It's not about how much they can physically contribute, but about the emotional value they bring, the quiet understanding, the shared memories, the unspoken love. It's the knowledge that someone is with you, through thick and thin, until the very end. For those who have this, it's a gift beyond measure. And for those who enter into late-life partnerships, there's still comfort to be found in the companionship, even if it doesn't quite compare to the depth of a lifelong bond. Either way, having someone by your side in old age makes the journey through life a little less lonely and a lot more meaningful. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. 6. You are still diligent in learning and can navigate outside smoothly. As we grow older, one of the most empowering things we can do is remain committed to learning, staying curious, and keeping up with the world around us. The truth that reading makes people progress holds no matter your age. It's one of the most valuable habits that can keep your mind sharp, your confidence high, and your independence intact. Unfortunately, many elderly people struggle when it comes to navigating life outside their homes. Simple things like reading signs, understanding new technology, or making payments can become daunting tasks if we don't continue to learn and adapt. The world is changing at a pace faster than ever before. Technology, in particular, has transformed the way we interact with society, from how we communicate to how we shop and pay our bills. While some may feel that learning these new skills is unnecessary at an older age, nothing could be further from the truth. Elderly people don't need to become experts in every subject. but learning practical skills like how to use a smartphone to check information, make payments, or even find directions can make life much easier and allow you to maintain a level of independence that's crucial in your later years. It's heartbreaking to think of those who feel lost or helpless simply because they haven't been able to keep up with the basics of modern life. How many elderly people get confused when they're out and about, unsure of where to go because they can't read a street sign or don't know how to use a map app on their phone? How many struggle at the grocery store or bank because they don't know how to make a digital payment or check their balance online? These challenges can be isolating, making everyday life feel overwhelming when, with just a little bit of learning, it could all be made so much simpler. We don't need to study complex subjects like astronomy or geography to navigate the world smoothly, but by learning some basic social methods and travel tips and staying updated with the tools available to us, we can make daily life much less stressful. For instance, something as simple as knowing how to pay your utility bills online can save you the trouble of waiting in long lines at the bank or worrying about late payments. Understanding how to use your phone for more than just idle gossip, like using it to check reputable websites for news or information, keeps you connected and informed. It's all about adapting to the world around you so that you don't feel left behind. Staying curious and diligent in learning doesn't just make you more independent, it also boosts your self-esteem and keeps your mind active. Every time you learn something new, you're not only adding a practical skill to your life, but also challenging your brain, keeping it sharp and resilient against the effects of aging. Studies have shown that lifelong learning helps to reduce cognitive decline, and it brings a sense of purpose and fulfillment to every everyday life. Learning isn't just for the young, it's for everyone, and the benefits grow as you continue to push yourself to discover new things. And let's not forget the emotional satisfaction that comes from mastering something you once thought was beyond your reach. The moment you figure out how to use a navigation app, make a mobile payment, or read an important message on your phone, there's a spark of pride that ignites within you. You realize that age is not a barrier to growth, and that you're still capable of learning and adapting to whatever life throws your way. It's a feeling of accomplishment that keeps you motivated to continue growing, exploring, and engaging with the world around you. The beauty of learning in old age is that it opens doors to new experiences, helps you stay connected with younger generations, and ensures that you're not left out of the conversations happening in the world today. You don't need to know everything, but having the skills to navigate the essentials like reading street signs, understanding how to use apps, or checking the weather and news online gives you a sense of freedom that nothing else can replace. It allows you to travel without fear, communicate with confidence, and manage your day-to-day life with ease. As we age, it's easy to feel like the world is leaving us behind, but that doesn't have to be the case. By committing to learning, whether it's through reading, attending classes, or simply experimenting with technology, we stay connected to the world around us. We remain active participants in life rather than passive observers, which is one of the keys to maintaining happiness and well-being in our later years. So don't just let your phone or tablet be a tool for casual entertainment or gossip. Use it to explore new horizons and learn something that will make your life smoother and more fulfilling. Browse reputable websites for information on how to manage your finances, pay your bills, or even discover new hobbies and interests that you've always wanted to explore. There's so much available at your fingertips. And by tapping into these resources, you not only enrich your own life, but also set an example for others that learning never stops no matter your age. By continuing to learn, you remain adaptable, confident, and capable of facing whatever challenges life presents. You become more than just an elderly person living through the motions. You become an active, engaged individual, still growing, still learning, and still embracing life with open arms. And that's something truly worth celebrating. 7. You have hobbies, and life is never boring. As we age, one of the keys to living a fulfilling and joyful life is having hobbies that please us and keep us engaged with the world around us. By the time you reach 70, indeed, you might not have the energy or physical ability for intense exercise, and even activities like dancing in the park might not be suitable for everyone. Some elderly people may find it difficult to sit for long periods, making things like playing mahjong or cards a challenge. But that doesn't mean life has to be dull or monotonous. Having hobbies that enrich your daily life is more important than ever. The beauty of hobbies is that they don't have to be forced. Anything that brings you joy and fits your physical abilities, whether it's chess, painting, singing, fishing, or something else entirely, can serve as a source of happiness and fulfillment. There's a common misconception that the older you get, the more serious and restrained you need to become. But in reality, maintaining a playful spirit is one of the best things you can do for yourself. Many elderly people feel lost after retirement, unsure of how to spend their newfound free time. Some end up babysitting their grandchildren full-time or lose interest in everything, falling into a routine that feels more like just passing time than truly living. But it doesn't have to be this way. Being a playful, curious, and engaged older person is not only possible but deeply beneficial. It adds color to life, keeps the mind sharp, and most importantly, keeps boredom at bay. The older we get, the more we should let go of unnecessary worries and fears. If you haven't already tried things you were too afraid or too busy to do when you were younger, now is the time. It would be a shame to reach the later stages of life with a heart full of regret. never having explored new activities or indulged in simple joys. Having hobbies is about more than just passing the time. It's about rediscovering confidence and joy in the things that make life beautiful. Studies have even shown that elderly people who engage in playful activities live longer, proving that having fun isn't just for the young, it's a vital part of maintaining both mental and physical health. As we age, it's natural for our bodies to experience physical decline. Self-care may become more challenging and social status may shift, leaving many elderly people feeling less adaptable or confident. This can sometimes lead to psychological problems, such as depression or anxiety, which in turn can exacerbate physical illnesses. It's a cycle that can be hard to break, but one of the most powerful tools for combating these feelings of loneliness and decline is play. Play trains the brain to stay agile, helping to slow down memory loss and improve cognitive function. It also has physical benefits. Engaging in playful activities can improve lung capacity, boost circulation, and keep your body moving, even if in gentle ways. But beyond the physical and mental benefits, playing also brings companionship and a sense of belonging. Participating in group activities, whether it's playing chess in the park, joining a book club, or attending painting classes, can introduce you to new people and strengthen your social ties. Loneliness is one of the greatest challenges many elderly people face, but hobbies help bridge that gap, giving you reasons to connect with others, share laughter, and build new friendships. Most importantly, play can help ward off the isolation that so often accompanies old age, allowing you to keep your spirit alive and vibrant. If you look at many long-lived elderly people, you'll find that they often have one thing in common. They found their ways of staying playful and curious throughout life. Even great minds like Isaac Newton found joy in seemingly simple things. He loved blowing soap bubbles with straws, marveling at their shifting colors and forms. Renowned economist Yuan Longping called himself a master of play, treating it almost like a second profession. Despite their advanced age, these individuals embraced their hobbies with the enthusiasm of much younger people. They played computer games, wrote blogs, and solved puzzles, all activities that not only kept their minds active but also brought genuine joy. The lesson here is simple. It doesn't matter what your hobby is, as long as it brings you happiness. Whether it's something creative like painting or writing, something relaxing like fishing or gardening, or something social like playing cards with friends or joining a singing group, the important thing is that it keeps you engaged and gives you a sense of purpose. As the old saying goes, a person without a match cannot be friends with a person with hobbies. Those who have hobbies, especially in their later years, tend to be more interesting, vibrant, and full of life. They are worth befriending because their interests and enthusiasm for life bring out the best in themselves and those around them. Hobbies offer so much more than just a way to fill the time. They bring laughter, connection, and personal satisfaction, keeping life rich and meaningful. They help you stay mentally and physically active, which promotes both longevity and quality of life. But perhaps most importantly, they keep you from ever feeling bored or stuck. Life should never be about simply waiting for time to pass. Instead, it should be about finding joy in the everyday, embracing your playful side, and allowing yourself to enjoy the things that bring you happiness, no matter how simple or complex those things may be. So as you grow older, never lose sight of the importance of play. It keeps your heart light, your mind sharp, and your spirit alive. There's no need to force yourself into hobbies that don't fit your personality or physical capabilities. Just find the things that make you smile and indulge in them without hesitation. Whether it's through art, music, games, or even quiet moments of reflection, the joy of play will carry you through the years with grace, laughter, and a sense of fulfillment. Life is never boring when you embrace your hobbies. And with that playful spirit, you'll find that the best years are still ahead. 8. Your heart is still broad, and you don't bother comparing yourself with others. As we journey through life and enter our later years, one of the greatest virtues we can cultivate is a broad heart, a heart that remains open, accepting, and free from the need to constantly compare ourselves with others. It's often said that with old age can come small tempers, narrow perspectives, and a tendency toward stubbornness. It's easy to fall into the trap of letting life's challenges and disappointments make us bitter or unkind. But conversely, being able to remain open-minded and graceful in the face of aging is truly rare and admirable. When an elderly person can maintain a generous spirit, accept the imperfections of others, and let go of envy and resentment, they create a life filled with peace and contentment. In our daily lives, this broad-heartedness allows us to see the world differently. It means accepting that no one is perfect, including ourselves and our loved ones. It means not envying others' successes or achievements, but instead feeling genuinely happy for them. When you reach an age where you can look at someone else's success without jealousy and be at peace with your journey, you unlock a profound sense of freedom. There's no need to belittle your children for not reaching the goals you may have hoped for, or to criticize their choices. Instead, supporting them with love and understanding brings a deep sense of fulfillment. Similarly, not constantly worrying about income or obsessing over what the future may hold allows you to live each day with calmness and gratitude. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Living each day calmly, with an appreciation for the present moment, is perhaps one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself in old age. Treat each day as the best day, because truly this moment is all we ever really have. There's wisdom in accepting the present without longing for the past or anxiously awaiting the future. By embracing today, you allow yourself to enjoy life more fully, appreciate the small joys, and find peace in what is. When we stop comparing our lives to others or measuring our worth by material success, we free ourselves from the chains of dissatisfaction. Instead, we can focus on the richness of our relationships, the beauty of the world around us, and the love we continue to give and receive. In today's society, reaching your 70s is no longer considered that old. Many people in their 70s are still active, vibrant, and living full lives. But even though you may still have many good years ahead, it's important not to be careless with this time. The rest of your life deserves careful attention and intentional management. Continue to provide your family with positive emotions, because your attitude and presence have a powerful effect on those around you. Showing kindness to others, particularly those younger than you, spreads joy and fosters a sense of harmony within your family and community. A broad heart is one that not only takes care of itself, but also nurtures others. When you cultivate kindness and understanding, the sense of happiness you feel will only grow stronger. Old age doesn't have to be a time of decline or bitterness. Instead, it can be a period of great wisdom, inner peace, and emotional generosity. By remaining open-hearted, you enhance the quality of your life and the lives of those around you. And remember, old people are still people, with all the same needs, desires, and emotions. The key is to live well, to treat yourself with the dignity and care you deserve, and to continue finding joy in the everyday moments. Living well in old age doesn't require grand gestures or major accomplishments. It's about how you treat yourself and others, how you carry your emotions, and how you embrace the simple pleasures in life. Being broad-hearted means you stop measuring yourself against others and instead focus on what brings you peace and fulfillment. Whether it's the love of your family, the beauty of a quiet afternoon, or the satisfaction of a well-lived day, these are the things that matter most. Today's sharing ends here, but remember, you are never truly alone on this journey. Even in your later years, you can continue to create connections, inspire those around you, and live a life filled with purpose and love. By keeping your heart open, by letting go of unnecessary comparisons, and by embracing each day as the gift that it is, you ensure that your life remains rich and meaningful, no matter your age. Wow, that was truly eye-opening. We've covered some shocking and emotional moments today, and now we'd love to hear from you. What's the one thing you've learned from this video, and how will you apply it to your life? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave your comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more stories like this. See you in the next one.